My name is Caroline Poynton. I'm recording this today off YouTube because I am correct. Nigel Farage. And I don't really watch the Radio Times, but I'm going to watch this and a few things that I've just found. Because normally I think they're usually lying. But this time, the only time these channels ain't lying, like Keir Starmer, is when they're now talking about Nigel Farage. So here we have it about this cunt, and I'm right again. I'm right about King Charles converting to Islam, even though they're telling me there's no evidence. And I'm right about King Charles, and I'm right about Nigel Farage. And I'm right that the grooming gang scandal also is connected to the Epstein file somewhere. There's connections there somewhere. It's all linked together. People might think it's not, but it actually really is. If we look at the Epstein files properly, and then you go through the grooming files, once we get all the bits and bobs maybe of this inquiry or whatever, we're going to find that there's some links to the Epstein files in the grooming gang files, and there's links to the grooming gang files in the Epstein files. And that's what Elon Musk wants to get down to the bottom of. And that's why he can't trust Nigel. That's why he backed out from Nigel Farage, because he's realised Nigel Farage is a con artist and a liar. And they must have got the information already from somewhere.
The thing is, I'm not entirely sure that Farage really genuinely thinks his phone has been hacked. I think he just simply
It's
wants
not
to
been
turn
hacked. How is
this
his
on
phone
his
being hacked?
accusers, as it
Oh,
were.
the guy
I mean,
from
his first
Epstein file, his
reaction when
phone's
this
going to be
£5
so.
million
Now another phone's
loan
been
story
hacked.
broke was,
Fuck
how
off.
did you get hold of this illegal information?
Shut up. They've not been hacked
and
at all.
of course, you'll notice since then he's been asked, have you received
Yep,
any
and
other
he's lied
such
and lied.
gifts or loans?
Yeah,
he has
he has.
never answered that question.
Nope.
And perhaps because he thinks more may come out.
The chair of the Labour Party is calling
And a
for
lot
Nigel
will come
Farage
out,
to
Labour
back up his
Party.
claim that his phone was hacked by foreign.
Ah, so he is lying.
He genuinely thinks his phone has been hacked. I think he just simply wants
But
to
he
turn...
thinks because he thinks that he's been backed up with money from Russian spies, whoever, that is probably, he thinks he's untouchable. He's another one, con artist, you know, he probably thinks he is above Keir Starmer, and he thinks that he's untouchable for it. Well, unfortunately for Nigel Farage, he ain't above Keir Starmer. No one, unfortunately, is above him. Is he fucking stupid? Is Nigel Farage really fucking stupid? You're not above the fucking law. And certainly, no, I mean, this is what I've been saying about Keir Starmer in every other video I'm saying now, that when Keir Starmer, the only time he's telling the truth is when he's talking about Nigel Farage. When he said about, when Keir Starmer said about the NHS is going to privatise it, he was telling the truth. Everybody think, and he's going, we've not said that. Actually, Keir Starmer, for once in his life, was telling the truth, Nigel Farage. You are going to privatise the NHS. Worse than Keir Starmer's doing. Yep. He's going to do a worse job than Keir Starmer, and Keir Starmer's telling the truth there. He's actually telling us not to go for Nigel Farage. He's probably saying go for the fucking Green Party more than going for that cunt. We've probably got more hope with the Green Party than Nigel Farage. That's how bad it's getting. Fuck's sake.
The thing is, I'm not entirely sure that Farage really genuinely thinks his phone has been hacked.
No.
I think he just simply wants to turn
Sometimes
this
he's
on
a
his
talk
accusers,
shit as
as
well.
it were. I mean, his first reaction
Not
when
bad,
this £5
Muslim for a
million loan story broke was, how did you get hold of this illegal information?
Not bad, Starmer.
And of course, you'll notice since then, he's been asked, have you received any other such gifts or loans? He has never answered that question.
And all the gifts about when Keir Starmer got off Lord Ali and Nigel Farage. The Reform Party put that in the face a lot, remember?
State actors. The Reform leader says
so is the people, we have, I have.
The story suggesting he
I've got it
received
there,
a £5
written,
million
mate.
gift from a crypto billionaire.
I've made a song,
Fraser Nelson,
music
the
from
Times
it.
columnist, is here with me in the studio. Hi, Sue Fraser.
I've called them terrorists.
So, what do you think about this? Nigel Farage is being challenged by Labour to substantiate his
challenged
claim
by
that his
Labour.
£5 million gift from the crypto billionaire Christopher Harborn came out when his phone was hacked by a foreign, he suspects, Russian state actor. Now, Labour, obviously they're keen to land political blows, but it's also a reasonable question, isn't it?
Yes, but it's also reasonable for Nigel Farage to have concerns about the Russians. I mean, remember that Reform was targeted by the Russians. They successfully bribed the leader of Reform Wales, who's now serving prison for accepting those Russian bribes. So certainly, if I was Nigel Farage, I would be concerned that the Kremlin would be making
have bribed Nigel Farage, and he has took the money.
I'm not
he's
entirely
took
sure
it.
though,
Come on,
that
where's
they're
£5 million
working
from?
hand in glove with the Guardian
Or why is
newspaper,
it
which
so
broke the
cheap?
story. Now, and of course, I mean, if
And I've been
if
saying
he
it on, I'm
genuinely
not
thinks
backing
his
up
phone was
Keir Starmer, but I
compromised
think he's
by
had
a
enough of
foreign
his
state,
fair
he is
share of
not
taking
only
the
the head
blame.
of a political party, but the man most
I think
likely
it's
to
about
be
time
next
somebody
Prime
else takes
Minister.
the blame.
Then this is really, of course, a matter of top security
Don't mean he's
concern.
getting off the hook.
And
He's
you might
still
have
fucking
malware on
going.
these phones or something. It could be a good good question. So of course it makes sense for him to submit his device.
We've all blamed
Although
Starmer.
I suspect he probably won't.
It's not just all his
He
fault.
seems to be very, very stunned by the fact
I was
that this
going to say,
information
we
got
have to
out.
realise this.
Interestingly, also stunned with the
Everybody.
idea that more may come out.
Yeah.
Yes,
A
but
lot.
it's the
And glad. Get it out. Come on, Keir Starmer. Don't be a wet ass. Get this out,
If it is the
mate.
case, as Nigel Farage
Do
insists,
one
that
thing
his
for
phone
himself
was
correctly.
improperly
Will they?
hacked, possibly
I'm
by
going to
someone
say,
working for
he's
the
not
Russian
done nothing
company,
else
he should
correctly. He
understand
can't do the
that
agreement.
there's
He can't do
a
it, can't do it,
threat
can't do it.
to-
Well, he can
to
do this.
The normal course of
Come on,
business
Keir
in this country.
Starmer.
It's a threat to national security.
I
It
have
just
faith
makes
in
sense
you
to
for
hand
this
over,
one. You
the phone
can.
and answer the questions
You
as to
can
who
do it.
He reported it to. He's
I'll
talking after
back
all.
you up.
It doesn't have to go public. with
Well,
all of
come
this.
on.
He can pass on the information.
Restore will help you.
Yes, of
Restore
course, he can
Britain.
give it to
Them,
the security
they'll
services
help
and
you.
very much doubt
We'll
they
cover
would
it.
leak anything that they
I'm
find
sure the
on
Green
his
Party
phones.
are going to
And
dig
if
a
there's-
bit more, and the
you know, you could
Muslims
argue
and
that they should be
all
doing
of the
this routinely,
rest.
that all politicians
Well, I'm
should
gonna
be
show
giving
me.
the technology for laptops, their phones, over
Hooray!
to security
Keir
services to
Starmer's
check they
done
haven't been
something
bugged.
good
I mean,
for
this is
once.
happening with
Hooray!
increasing frequency, especially when politicians go
Well,
on
if he
foreign
deals
trips.
with this
It
one, yeah.
does make sense.
But he's got to deal with this
The thing
first.
is, I'm not entirely sure that Farage is really genuinely thinks his
I'm
phone
going
has
to
been
say
hacked.
we'll
I
have
think
to
he
do
just
an
simply
Friday. He's
wants
got
to
to
turn
go.
this on
Because
his
he's
accusers,
splitting
as it were.
everything.
I mean, his first reaction when this £5 million loan story broke was,
I'm not
how
bothered
did you
about
get
the
hold of
Green
this
Party,
illegal
so-
information?
Well,
And
I'll just leave them
of course,
to it.
you'll notice
That's-
since then he's
well,
been
we've
asked,
got- we've got
have you
lots of
received any
parties.
other such
We can't Conservatives
gifts
and
or
Labour.
loans? He has never
They
answered
can't be
that question.
reformed.
And perhaps because he thinks more
Because
may
what?
come out. Now, it all
So it's
depends
going to have to be the
on
Green
source
Party and
of
Restore
this, whether it
Britain
came from his
from
side
now on.
or whether it came
There we
from
are.
the
Right.
Thailand side, of course, which, to be honest, is probably more likely. Thailand is a greater, it's internet security there
That's
is a
what
lot
we're going
more
to have.
lax. And there's all sorts of skullduggery going on.
It will
with
be
these
Restore
various
Party
tech
winning,
bros trying to hack each
hopefully.
other to
Yeah,
find
they
out
will. They will. The Green Party
the
will.
intricacies of their business models.
But if that isn't what happened,
They'll be in the
Farage
thingy, probably
is not
criticising
the
us, but
accurate
yeah.
account, with this argument, he's just digging
That's why it
himself
works,
in
isn't
deeper.
it?
And the Labour Party, any other party that wants to oppose
They'll
reform
let
in
the
UK will just keep
criticise
on
for Lord
going.
Alley and
Well, I must
everything,
admit, if I
mate.
was Nigel Farage, I would shut up about this. I wouldn't open new news lines. I wouldn't try to.
We've got
say,
nowhere
"Isn't it
to
terrible
go
I
because
was
Restore
hacked?" I
Britain
mean,
are
it
going to attack
basically
it because they've
draws,
attacked
attention
Restore
to the
Britain, mate.
veracity of a story in
And
the first
personally
place.
attacked
Now, this
Restore
story's been going
Britain.
for quite a number of weeks now, and it's not
By
going away.
vicious things.
This is the funny thing.
I'm going to
At one
say,
stage, we thought it might be washed away by the
not
main news cycles,
politically,
but no, it's not.
personally.
Simply because there are so many
Attacking
more follow-up
people.
questions. Who else received one of these gifts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Nigel Farage receive anything else? Is anybody else in reform being remunerated
What
in
about
an
you,
unusual
sir?
way? Are any of the
What
candidates
about
or any of the
fucking,
defectors being paid? If so,
Richard
by
Tice?
whom? Are there any
And
other political players
Alex
out
Phillips?
there who are getting money either
Because
directly
she
or
seems to
indirectly
keep
from
opening
the
a
crypto
gob
brothers?
about Restore
So I
Britain,
think
mate.
as journalists show greater attention and trying to plot a map of all of this, as you should, given reform status as the
I'm going
likely
to say
next
Restore
government,
Britain will only
we do see
attacking
increasing
what is
touchiness from Nigel
political.
Farage. I think this might be his
They ain't
Achilles heel.
attacking
Yeah,
personally.
touchiness and Achilles heel. And it's
They've been
hard
attacking
not
politically,
to
not
take the
personally.
impression that Nigel Farage is not rushing to give interviews. or
Rupert
make
Law hasn't
media
done any
appearances
sort
just
of
at the moment.
scheming
Now,
and
he sees a
scamming
crucial time potentially for
against
his
anyone.
party.
Well,
Thank
yes.
you.
I mean, every time he does give an interview now, he tends to be asked about this,
He's
and he seems to
innocent
rise
in
to
that
debate every
against
time. We've seen
anyone.
on films a very
I'm
caustic
sorry.
reaction to this as none of
And
your
I've
business. Of
already said
course,
this,
it is
mate.
our business. The guy's going to be the next
Nigel
Prime
Farage
Minister
has put a
if he's secretly
fucking
in the
hit
pay
piece on
of Thai
Rupert Lowe's
billionaires.
head.
We deserve to know that the
And we
public's
deserve to
corruption
know.
is
And he
pretty
deserves to
hard
go.
to argue with.
Thank
And
you.
this is what he really doesn't seem
Good.
to like. And
Right, well, he
you
won't
kind of
have to
ask
like it
yourself,
because he
if there
can
really
go.
is no more to come out, then why is he more so touchy?
He's got nowhere
Fraser
else to
Nelson,
go,
always a
has he?
pleasure.
Nigel Farage has got nowhere to go
Fraser
with
Nelson,
it.
of course, Times
He's
columnist.
got nowhere to go. I mean, it's just as bad as Case that he's got nowhere else to go with it, has he? I'm glad I'm watching it. I don't give a fuck what time it is. I'm glad. Because this has got to come out, and if I can't go to
Look, he
bed,
thinks
I'll
his
still be going.
phone has been hacked.
Because
I
I
think he
am
just
glad
simply...
this is coming out if he likes it or not, Nigel Farage.
Farage initially.
Because I'm not having him taking over
Farage.
nowhere. Fuck off. I'd rather keep Keir Starmer and just be done with it. I don't want Andy Burnham. I don't want any of them. We'll just keep Starmer for a minute, please. I don't care, Nigel. Now, do you know what? I do care. I want Restore Britain in. But at the end of the day, it is going to take until next year for Restore Britain to even get any sort of... They've got to win this election and then to be able to get into the parliament. I think they need to win even another couple of elections, really, to get into the parliament part, to become the opposition to Labour. Properly. And no corruption. And as like I've already said, there's only God that can win the devil. There's only God that can beat the devil. No one else is going to win the devil apart from God. There's only God that can take the devil out. And we have to... I can see God's spirit has gone with him, Rupert Lowe. The spirit of Jesus, God, the Christian spirit, God, Jesus, gone with him, Rupert Lowe. And we have to let God in, the spirit of God in, which is inside Rupert Lowe, which I can see. So we have to let Rupert Lowe in, which is then God, the spirit of God in, to be able to beat the devil. Because there's only God that can beat the devil. And he's another devil. He's just worse. He's got to be worse than Keir Starmer. I'm sorry, I don't know where we're coming and going with him yet. I don't know the outcome of this person. This person, we know the outcome with Keir Starmer. We're not getting anywhere. We're not getting nothing. Because he's just a fucking idiot. Well, I'll tell you what. He might get a little bit taken back if he can deal with this. He needs to deal with this. Keir Starmer needs to deal with this. The Labour Party, they've got one thing to deal with. They can't deal with anything else by the looks of it. Can they deal with this and get him gone? Can they? Well, get fucking digging, shall they? Keir Starmer, get the Labour Party and your fucking team digging. 24 hours a day if they have to. Because I've been up 24 hours digging.
The Reform leader Nigel Farage initially claimed that the £5 million donation from the crypto billionaire and tycoon Christopher Harbin was about paying for his security, only to later change that in a separate interview and say it was a reward for Brexit. Reform are very keen to stress this wasn't a donation, it was a gift, though it's worth remembering that this was a gift that was not declared and the parliamentary authorities and the Electoral Commission are investigating it.
No, that's wrong. That's like
Harbin
what
is
Keir
a British
Starmer said.
cryptocurrency investor who lives in Thailand. He used to be one of the biggest donators to the Conservative Party.
There we
and
are,
now is
outside this again.
Donator.
And then he's calling Elon Musk the cheeky bastard. You cheeky fuck you, because Elon Musk didn't want to give him any money. Good. I hope Elon Musk hasn't given him any money.
They believe it to be via hostile
Please
state,
don't.
which they said almost certainly Moscow. We have no way of verifying this.
We do. You
It
do.
says that they've reported this to the relevant
Yeah, well, you'll have to
authorities,
find out,
but when
mate.
we went to the party to ask for any more details to say, who did you report it to and when,
Well,
we better get
someone into Moscow quickly.
They are saying that actually
find out.
it would not be right to comment on this while investigations are ongoing. Now the Labour Party chair, Anne Turley, has given them 24 hours to come clean and outline the exact specifics, who it was reported to and when. We have no real way of knowing what happens next in any investigation because it may well be that security agencies are now investigating this. There is no precedent for going, well, actually, we can find out this did or did not happen.
Well,
we will just know when we know, or we won't know at all.
Well, you better start finding out.
On the by-election, that's very unclear.
I'm going to say,
you
need to start finding out, don't you, Labour? Quickly.
The party's forming in Wales. Nathan Gill was jailed, taking bribes from the Russian state.
Get some
this
right,
week
Andy
we saw
Berman.
posts
Well, Andy
on
Berman then and that. You've got teams, well, hurry up and find out.
I think on Rugby League
Stop telling me I haven't got nowhere to go yet.
That Russia was well within its rights to annex Crimea, which of course was recognised as an illegal act under international law. Reform later said that he did not explicitly, the word explicitly, support Russia's actions in Crimea.
For someone like me, mate, you say you've got no way of finding it out, but I'll show you how somebody dickhead like me with nothing will find out exactly what he's been doing.
Critical of NATO and its role
because I'm not having it.
Vladimir Putin. So
I mean, I can't stand Starmer.
A real problem.
But I'm not standing either.
Again, which makes it all the more surprising that the allegations
I don't mind Vladimir
Putin. The Reform Party.
To be honest with myself.
So the natural question then is, are
not really a supporter, but I hate, so I kind of support him.
Question whether that £5 million donation is a problem for Nigel.
But I don't support what he's giving.
If we look at their fantastic results. Really,
well, I'm going to say whatever Vladimir Putin is, that's Vladimir. But he's meant to what, be the government of our country.
The answer is
another star, no.
Covered extensively the numerous controversies, issues, and questions over money within the Reform Party, and they have repeatedly failed to dent their polling. It has not really been a problem. I mean, we have seen the party clash, even this week, among themselves about immigration stance. So I think it's unlikely that this will have a huge impact on the by-election.
It has, they're not going to win. You're wrong.
Add to the pile of
I think you're sticking up for reform here.
Where the money comes from and what it's for.
Yeah, I think you're sticking up for reform there. So I'm going to have to go to maybe that, because he's bribed the government. He's basically bribed the fucking news programs now to lie for him. You're not getting away with it, mate. If we're not prepared to let Keir Starmer get away with it, well, I'm going to let you get away with it. You're not over Keir Starmer. You got nothing, mate. Keir Starmer is the government.
I've been physically under attack since 2013. I can't catch the underground.
Keir Starmer is the president, the Prime Minister.
That money was given to me with the knowledge that the state in this country had never, ever wanted to help me.
Morning. Morning, everybody. How are you doing? Good, thank you. Good.
Yeah, all right.
Tell you what, I'm actually on Keir Starmer's side for once in my life. I'm not on his side. I'm not sticking up for him. He's still a cunt, but I'm on his side. I'm on his book for this one. I'm going to help him get you out, gone. I don't want you. No, I fucking don't. He's a fucking pedo. Piss off. Another one. Another fucking pedo. Well, you are, mate. Let me tell you.
I believe you. I believe you.
He won't have anything like this. This is a joke. All these people going to him.
What you think about the Lord Jesus Christ?
Wow, what a liar. Why? Whoa. Fucking hell, wow.
Parents bring their children into this world. Parents clothe them, feed them,
love
And
them.
I understand
Parents
now, I
raise
know
them,
about the
and
thing.
yes, parents educate them.
And
Schools should exist
I
to
think
support families,
I am going to
not
write to
replace
you
them.
about that.
Yet right now in Britain, parents are being
But
fined
it's not
and
really said
threatened
about
simply for
it,
taking
and I
their
think
own
he
children
does.
out of school
But
for
come
a
on,
handful of
you need
days
to come out and
to
be
spend
open
meaningful time together
about
as a
his
family.
son. He needs to be open about his son
Is
is
that
married.
such an
I'm not
awful
against
crime?
it.
I think not.
I'm not against it.
This is a society that treats the
it's
state
just
as the
be honest.
ultimate authority,
Come on.
not the parent.
You
The
can't have
government
no.
claims that
I've
missing
got
5 days of
skeletons and
school a year will
I've got a
somehow
lot
destroy a child's
that's
education.
not nice to get
Really?
out. Yeah.
If so, then we have absolutely
But I'm
no
not
confidence in
scared
our
anymore.
education system at all.
I'm talking about it.
Meanwhile, schools
Even if
themselves
I'm
take
talking
teacher
about
training
it
days
this
in
way,
term time.
I am talking
Teachers
about my
strike and shut
problems in
classrooms,
every way.
and yet somehow it's parents
I've
who
brought my little
punish
girl into music.
when learning is
I've been
interrupted.
my own life.
I
I've
say
took it.
take the teacher training days in school holidays.
And even if I'm doing it
There are
this way,
certainly plenty of those to
I'm
choose
still
from.
cooperating,
The
mate.
state must realise
still
that parents
supporting.
are not the enemy. A short term time family holiday is not an
I
act of
might
neglect.
not be on the street
Often it is
doing
the
what
only
other people are
opportunity
doing.
many
You might not be able
families
to see
ever
them
get
things,
such
but
an
I am
experience.
doing things.
Because the travel industry
I
hikes
can't,
prices
or
to
I can't be
astronomical
on the
levels.
street
outside
doing that
term
because
time.
I'm just going to get
Well,
arrested.
give way on that point.
Good way.
So it's just,
I think the honourable
or
member should give way.
something
And on
else.
that point, would he agree with me?
So I
while
try to just
price
do what
controls
I'm
are
doing to
a nice
keep
idea in
base
theory,
up my
they're a
own
terrible
peace
idea in practice.
for the sake of myself.
Supply and demand
And
ultimately
the sake of anyone
dictates the price of something, and while it is a nice suggestion, it wouldn't work in real life. Does he agree with that, Steve?
I agree. I agree with the honourable member.
I don't know what this is about.
So-
But I don't know what that. But I don't know what that was about. But that was Nigel Farage, pedo again, another fucking liar.
Rupert Lowe.
Yes, this is better.
Rupert Lowe's movement,
That was another one.
Restore
Brilliant.
Britain, sits in a curious position. It's not yet a mass party.
Here we are.
It's not institutionally strong. It has one MP, a large online footprint, and a growing mythology around itself. The question is
Of
whether
people.
Elon Musk's backing transforms that into real electoral
Oh,
power.
I hope
And
so.
at present, the evidence suggests caution. Musk gives Lowe attention, not organisation. That distinction matters. A political movement wins elections through activists, councillors,
Yeah.
local branches, donors, voter bases, voter
Yeah.
databases,
And that's-
canvassing operations, postal vote campaigns, candidate networks. Reform UK possesses some of that machinery.
Yeah,
Restore
through,
largely does not. What Musk supplies is amplification.
hang on a
An
minute.
amplification
Though.
at this moment
Hang on a
of
minute,
the
mate.
errors made
I think you'll
by
get me wires
reform,
crossed.
mostly the
Reform
errors of the
has
5 million
done it by
pound donation, which dominates, which
corruption.
hangs like a
No, they've got
like a
donations
storm
by
in the
corruption,
sky
mate.
over
Corruption.
and his machinery. The Financial Times found
There's corruption.
Lowe has achieved
Corruption. Now, I hope to God, I don't care. I hope to God that Elon Musk is funding Rupert Lowe and Restore Britain. Illegally, through proper means, and it is all going through the government properly funded without any of it being corrupted. You're right, people have got to be donors, and I've already said that. It does not gonna all this come by magic. And I wish I had more money than other people. The people in the country probably wish they had more money than they have. And I've even put my own, I know it's not a lot, it's only £20, but £20 for someone like me that has no money is a lot of money. And just for someone like myself to put that money in, I have never put money into any politics. I don't even, this is why I'm having to learn, and I'm glad I've got my granddad in my spirits, and I'm glad I've learned about my own family history a bit somehow, and it's all coming together with everything I'm learning. And I'm learning it just as much as anybody else, because I don't freaking know, and I don't think anybody knows the truth of everything. I mean, the only thing with Rupert Lowe now is that he needs to come out with this about the marriage. He just shouldn't have to, because it's his own personal life, his children's personal life. But I think because it's already come out now, I think he just needs to come out and speak about it to the people and do his. I want him to speak about nobody else. I'd like Rupert Lowe to come out and speak about it, and then anybody else can come and speak about that, because that's personal. You know, it's his family, and I mean, really, you know, being a prime minister is a job. And it's only the same as Nigel Farage and his family and Keir Starmer and their family. They want to, and you know, and the royal family, and they want to keep their family life private. And yeah, so Rupert Lowe is allowed the same privilege as everybody else. Well, even though I know I'm not allowed that privilege, but the people that are doing that are allowed that privilege the same as the rest of them that get them privileges. So I'd like Rupert Lowe to be able to come out and speak about this, please, Rupert Lowe. And this, with whatever he's saying, I'm sure what you're saying, I don't kind of get what you're trying to say here. Because you're trying to turn it around on Rupert Lowe with money about Elon Musk. Do not fucking go on about what if Elon Musk now was to give fucking, I hope he does, give Rupert Lowe a good amount. Well, not Rupert Lowe as such, but the Restore Party. It's not Rupert Lowe he's giving it to, but the Restore Party, to hopefully get them to win and get Starmer out. Then that money and that donation made illegally, done properly, without it being corrupted, is welcomed. So none of them, no fucker, Nigel Farage and Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer can't say shit because he's had it off Lord Ellie. Nigel Farage hasn't got any room to talk about now. So we can fuck off. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Rupert Lowe's movement, Restore Britain, sits in a curious position. It's not yet a mass party. It's not institutionally strong.
Elon Musk ain't stupid to just say he's going to do that and do
online
that.
Footprint and a growing
It's got to be done above board.
Itself. The question is whether Elon Musk's backing transforms that into real
electoral
power.
Yes, it will do eventually.
And at present, the evidence suggests caution.
Maybe, but they're going to be doing it by...
That distinction
and it's all
matters.
above board, mate. It's not corrupted.
Through activists,
so
councillors, local
does
branches, donors,
seem like it takes longer or
voter databases, canvassing operations,
different
postal,
things
vote
in a different way, because we've only seen corruption,
some of that machinery. Restore largely does not. What Musk supplies is amplification. And amplification at this moment of the errors made by reform, and mostly the errors of the £5 million donation, which dominates, which hangs like a like a storm in the sky.
And they haven't just a £5 million donation, mate.
And
you've had a lot more.
The Financial Times found Lowe has achieved extraordinary reach on Twitter, with multiple posts exceeding 10 million views. Musk has repeatedly promoted Restore content to his enormous audience, and that creates visibility. Visibility creates curiosity. Curiosity creates support. But support on social media is not quite the same thing as votes in ballot boxes, but British politics has repeatedly demonstrated this problem. UKIP, the Brexit Party, and Reform all discovered that converting digital enthusiasm into constituency victories is far harder than accumulating real followers
I'm a real follower.
social media.
I'm not on
Lowe's
social media.
rise exposes a genuine weakness inside reform.
I don't go on
However,
Twitter X. I'm not paying. I can't afford to
because
pay for
Farage
things.
is irritated because Restore is targeting precisely
And I
the
just go on
voters
YouTube.
Reform hoped to consolidate.
Because
Farage's complaint is simple. Musk's intervention risks splitting the right. He openly warned
I
that
don't want to
Restore
say things I
would
don't want
hand
to be saying.
or could hand victory to Labour in Makerfield, and the polling explains why. The Survation survey placed Andy Burnham on 43%, Reform on 40%, and Restore on 7%.
No, they're
In a
not
close
right.
contest, 7% is enormous, not because Restore wins, because Restore prevents Reform from winning.
Good.
And this is why Makerfield has become politically fascinating. The real story is not whether Lowe wins. The real story is whether Lowe costs Farage victory. And that's a different calculation entirely, and Farage will never forget it.
Good.
And,
Well, we won't
many
forget what
Reform
Nigel
supporters
Farage
appear
has done
attracted
either,
by
mate.
Lowe's argument
And I don't
that
think
Reform
Keir
has become
Starmer
too
will.
cautious,
I don't think Keir
too
Starmer's going to
professional, too
forget
eager for
Nigel
mainstream
Farage
respectability.
and the Reform
Lowe
Party
himself
fucking
accused Farage of
constantly
being
bashing
Muslim
him
opposition.
about
Well,
Waterloo
Andy
and the
is becoming
glasses
another
and anything
establishment
else.
party.
Do
But whether
you?
one agrees with that argument or not, there is plainly an audience for it. Musk's backing
And I don't think
creates a
Sadiq
large
Khan
strategic problem
is going to
over
thank Alex
Farage.
Phillip
For years,
for
Farage
screaming
dominated
and
Britain's populist
shouting
right because he
about
occupied
Sadiq Khan.
almost
Do you,
all the
mate?
entire space himself. And
So
now
they can
he
go
faces
fuck off.
competition from somebody who understands modern online politics as much as he does. Lowe has appeared on podcasts, alternative media channels, YouTube streams, and influencer platforms, reaching millions.
Well,
of
maybe
viewers.
we need a
Reports
digital
suggest
ID
his
fucking
content is
Prime Minister.
circulating heavily through
Maybe we don't
online
need human
networks,
Prime Minister.
often
Maybe we
ignored
need
by
an
traditional
AI
media.
robot
His
one.
content going through online
Because
networks we
maybe
really
they'll get the
talk about,
fucking gist.
the
Because the robot human ones don't.
and its plumber, but we won't.
Oh, we don't need plumbers. We can have a robot.
About that, any snide comments?
Fuck it. We don't need human
locked
beings.
away,
We'll have robots.
as we concentrate solely
Because they might do a better
on
job.
the fresh stink
Yeah.
of Restore.
You're just trying to
Restore
criticise.
is a
Restore,
spray
you
that
son
you
of a
smell.
bastard.
A spray that you
What?
that you put down the loo.
When I put down
in
you
many
in a
ways,
minute.
it resembles a political franchise model. Farage built his career through television.
No,
Lowe
he didn't. He
is
built
attempting
it for
to build
corruption, you
his through
twat.
algorithms. That doesn't mean
No.
Lowe becomes Prime Minister.
Right. Can't be arsed with him. I don't know what he's coming up by. He's making me hungry. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
Educated and deport them as well. Race
Yeah.
or religion must protect nobody.
And I think he will win.
Just the one by-election this week in Swansea, South Wales, Fairwood Ward. Here's the result on the screen straight away. We'll get straight into it. And a Liberal Democrat win in the south of Wales. I didn't really do a prediction last week when we did the by-election roundup because I forgot. If we had, this wouldn't have been one that I had called. So the Liberal Democrats come out on top here in Swansea, and look, this was a Conservative defence. And look where the Conservative Party ended up. We'll look at the vote share change in a minute, but look, didn't I say last week on the video after we saw that big win for the Tories in Fylde, I said how inconsistent they are. And here they are again. Look, big win last week in Fylde, a good hold last week, if I remember rightly. I can't remember where. But good results one week, and then the next week a catastrophic result like this. So first to last for the Conservative Party in Wales. Now look, that's probably not that surprising. The Labour vote and the Tory vote both collapsed in the Senedd election 3 or 4 weeks ago. So it's hardly surprising, but still a very bad result for the Conservative Party. We'll talk about the Liberal Democrats in a minute, but Labour in second place. Now, as always say when it comes to Scotland and Wales, I'm a little bit unsure or lacking in confidence when I come to making my sort of pronouncements or whatever about politics in these places. But I'm maybe Reform are a little bit disappointed to not have beaten Labour in a historically conservative voting ward on Swansea Council.
So they're not beating Labour then.
There's no Plaid standing here, so considering that Reform and Plaid Cymru both just dominated the Senate elections a few weeks ago, you may have thought that I would have thought that Reform would have done a bit better than this. But maybe Welsh viewers can get in the chat and let me know. And again, considering it's a conservative voting area, I would have thought Reform are hoping to do better, but then it has gone to the Liberal Democrats, so perhaps it's one of those conservative voting areas. I think we still have to kind of split the Conservative Party because I don't buy into this narrative that they're back. I think the inconsistency proves that there's still a lot of problems for them.
I think the
and I think
Marbury
that a lot
Star
of their
there
friends are
then
still up for
could
grabs,
be
and so you end
Wales
up having
as
to
well.
split the Conservative Party.
Well, I said I've
into
already
these
said the
two
Welsh,
different
the Irish,
factions.
and we all
Which
need to come
area
together and be
is
on
more likely to go and
English.
vote for Reform? Which area is more likely to go and vote
And
for
I-
the Liberal
at
Democrats
the end of
or
the
indeed
day,
the
we all
Green
belong
Party,
to the
which we have
islands.
seen in some places as well. So this clearly
At
seems
the
to
end
be
of
a
the
Liberal
day, all of
Democrat
the
area.
islands are fucked.
Go and look at the
Ireland,
vote share change
Scotland,
percentage
Wales,
there, and I put that
England.
there so you can see there's a Liberal Democrat gain from the
There's
Conservatives
no time
on the
for us all
right-hand
to say
side.
we're all fucking
Also, the turnup's not
Irish and
working
English and
because I didn't have a
whatever.
turnout number just yet
I was
before
going to
I
say
came
no
to do this
more.
video.
We've gone past them years.
So apologies for that. I couldn't actually find the result anywhere. I got it off X. So I
And we
haven't
need
actually
to
found the
just
vote
come
numbers
together.
anywhere yet. So this is all raw numbers. So there's the vote share change with the Tories down 40 points. Down 40 points for the Tories. This is what I mean. It's a catastrophically bad result for them here. This is also this is a heartland ward for them, really. I mean, this is a Labour-controlled council. It's been Labour
I
controlled
don't
for a
really
very
know
long
who the
time.
Lib Dems
But the
are.
Tories
Well,
have
that's
a
because it's
councillor
Wales.
here
Who do they
in Fairwood
represent?
since
I don't
2004
know.
at least. It probably goes back further
I
than
don't
that.
even know
So
who the Lib Dems
yeah, a very, very
are.
bad result for the Conservatives. And look, the Liberal Democrats
Is the
have
Liberal Democrats like
almost
Green
18
Party?
points. Reform also up
The Green
17
Party.
points, and Plaid Cymru didn't stand this time. Labour down 16 points as well. It is actually probably not too bad for them, really, considering the sorts of hits we saw to Labour in just the last few weeks, and of course across the local elections. We've become very used to seeing Labour losing more than 20 points, indeed more than 30 points in some cases. So for them to have held up probably a bit too far, but to only lost 16 points in